Today, we'll dive together into the chilling world of Freddy Krueger, a name that has become an iconic legend in the horror genre. From the moment those eerie notes play, we can sense the nightmare that's about to unfold. Freddy Krueger, more widely known as Freddy Krueger, embodies terror itself, wielding the power to invade and manipulate dreams. He transforms the dreamscape, a realm meant to be a peaceful sanctuary for the soul, into a living hell, where the children and teenagers of Springwood confront unrelenting horror. In this journey, we'll trace the bloody path Freddy has left behind, from his tormented past to the demonic powers he now commands. But before we step into this nightmare, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more spine-chilling stories to come. The life of Freddy Krueger, from a troubled boy to a dream demon. Freddy Krueger was born under circumstances that seemed ordinary at first glance but marked the beginning of a tragic tale. His mother, Amanda, was a nun working at an asylum for the criminally insane. On a fateful day before Christmas in 1941, while still young, Amanda found herself accidentally locked inside the asylum. Over that doomed weekend, she was brutally assaulted by the patients. When discovered, Amanda was barely clinging to life, and, unbeknownst to anyone, she was pregnant. 9 months later, she gave birth to Frederick in that very asylum. To shield him from the judgmental eyes of the world, Amanda dubbed her child the bastard son of 100 maniacs. Frederick was later adopted by a man named Mr. Underwood. But life didn't get any kinder for the boy. Underwood was an alcoholic with a violent streak, subjecting Freddy to relentless physical abuse throughout his childhood. School offered no refuge either. Freddy was constantly mocked and bullied by his peers over his cruel nickname. His mind began to twist under the weight of this torment. He started finding pleasure in pain, not just enduring it, but inflicting it. The beatings from his adoptive father no longer frightened him, instead, they seemed to excite him. Freddy's violent tendencies emerged, torturing animals, harming himself with a blade, and eventually, as a young man, turning his rage on Underwood, making him the first victim in Freddy's gruesome spree. As an adult, Freddy married Loretta and had a daughter named Catherine. To outsiders, they appeared to lead a simple, normal life. But beneath the surface, Freddy couldn't suppress his bloodlust. He secretly built a basement to store homemade weapons, newspaper clippings, and mementos from his murders of Springwood's children in Ohio. He reveled in the moniker Springwood Slasher that the public gave him. When Loretta uncovered his horrific secret, Freddy didn't hesitate to kill her, skillfully evading police suspicion. Their young daughter, Catherine, was sent to an orphanage. Freddy's victim count grew steadily. In 1968, he was finally arrested for the murder of children. His capture and trial sparked outrage in Springwood. Yet, due to a legal technicality, Freddy walked free despite his obvious guilt. Unwilling to accept this, the parents of Springwood took justice into their own hands. They tracked Freddy to the boiler room where he'd claimed his victims and set it ablaze, burning him alive. But that fire didn't end his terror, it birthed a new chapter. Amid the flames, the dream demons, entities of the nightmare realm, approached Freddy, offering him immortality and the power to control dreams, enabling him to continue his slaughter of innocent children. Freddy Krueger's powers and weaknesses. With his pact sealed by the dream demons, Freddy became Springwood's living nightmare. In the dream world, his power seemed boundless, shape-shifting, manipulating objects with his mind, distorting his victims' appearances, and, above all, appearing invincible. Any injury he sustained healed instantly. Year after year following his fiery death, Freddy hunted down young victims, leaving behind a trail of inexplicable deaths. His name spread like wildfire, cementing his status as an urban legend in Springwood. But his strength came with a fatal flaw. it relied on the fear of his victims. The terror that children felt for Freddy fueled his power. Without it, he risked fading into obscurity, losing his abilities entirely. His first defeat came at the hands of a group of friends: Nancy, Tina, Rod, and Glenn. Nancy, whose parents were among those who burned Freddy 13 years earlier, was the sole survivor. She dragged Freddy into the real world, setting him ablaze once more, but not before he attacked her mother and escaped back to the dream realm. In their next encounter, Nancy denied his existence, temporarily forcing him to retreat. To keep Freddy at bay, Springwood's authorities buried all traces of him, isolating anyone who knew of him and using Hypnosil, a drug to suppress dreams. With a new generation in Springwood unaware of his existence, the fear subsided, and Freddy's power waned. Yet he persisted. He once manipulated Jason Voorhees to reignite the town's terror, but the plan backfired as the two killers clashed, neither truly vanquishing the other. Conclusion. Frederick Krueger, once a boy broken by family violence, transformed into a demon who sowed terror in dreams. Though his childhood was steeped in suffering, it cannot excuse the cruelty and sadistic pleasure he inflicted on his victims. With his unique dream-manipulating abilities and cold-blooded nature, Freddy has etched himself as an enduring icon in horror cinema, a nightmare haunting the sleep of generations of viewers. So, what do you think of Freddy Krueger? Does he stand as the ultimate horror villain compared to the likes of Jason or Michael Myers? Share your thoughts below, and see you in the next chilling tale.